All right. LA Times is reporting that Trump boosts historically black colleges funding after cuts to Latino servicing colleges. I want to see how this story gets spun out in the news, if it even makes it. And shout out to Howard. With the Founders Library in the background, a young man reads on Howard University campus in 2021. Shout out to Howard. Why couldn't it have been Morehouse? Come on now, brothers. Trump administration redirects nearly $500 million to historically black colleges and tribal colleges. The funding comes primarily from $350 million in cuts to Latino servicing institutions. Critics say the cuts reverse decades of bipartisan support to programs that help Latino students access higher education. The Trump administration is redirecting nearly $500 million in federal funding towards historically black colleges and tribal colleges in a one-time investment covered primarily by cuts to other college servicing large numbers of minority students. The Education Department announced the funding boost days after cutting $350 million from other grants, mostly from programs reserved for colleges that have large numbers of Latino students. Agency leaders said that those grants were unconstitutional because they were available only to colleges with certain minority enrollment thresholds. Education Secretary Linda McMahon said that the changes will redirect money away from ineffective and discriminatory programs toward those with support student success. All right. The department has carefully scrutinized our federal grants, ensuring that taxpayers are not funding racially discriminatory programs, but those programs which promote merit and excellence in education, McMahon said in a statement. Okay. The department is also redirecting about $60 million toward funding for charter schools and $137 million towards American history and civics grants. President Donald Trump in January issued an executive order ordering the agency to repurpose federal money toward charter schools and other school choice initiatives. It amounts to a one-time federal grant boost of 48% to HBCUs, and it more than doubles funding for tribal colleges and universities, the department said. The department is flexing its power to repurpose discretionary funding to match the president's priorities, made possible through stopgap funding bill passed by Congress this year that gives the executive branch more authority over spending decisions. Trump has long called himself a champion of HBCUs. During his first term, Congress added $250 million a year for HBCUs. This year, Trump signed an executive action that pledges an annual White House summit, an advisory board, and other support for HBCUs. The Education Department said the money comes from programs found to be not in the best interest of the students and families. It previously said that other minority servicing grants would be redirected to programs that do not rely on racial quotas. A person familiar with the decision said money is also being directed away from programs that support gifted and talented programs, magnet schools, international education, and teacher training. Most of those programs would be zeroed out in Trump's 2026 budget request, said the person who was not authorized to discuss the decision and spoke on the condition of anonymity. Last week's cuts to the Hispanic Servicing Institution program reverse decades of precedent. Congress created that program in 1998 after finding the Latino students were going to college and graduating at far lower rates than white students. The department also cut several smaller programs for colleges servicing certain percentages of Asian American, Black, or Native American students. The cuts drew swift blowback from Democrats, who said that those programs have long had bipartisan support and fueled social mobility for working class Americans. A July memo from the Justice Department argues that the Hispanic Servicing Institution grants are unconstitutional because they open only to colleges where a quarter of undergraduates or more are Latino. The department declined to defend the program in a suit brought by the state of Tennessee and Students for Fair Admissions, an anti-affirmative action group. The lawsuit asked the federal judge to halt the grants. Tennessee argued all the public universities serve Latino students, but none meet the arbitrary ethnic threshold to be eligible for the funding. Those schools miss out on the tens of millions of dollars because of discriminatory requirements, the suit said. All right, let's see what they got in this comment section. Do they have any comments? They don't have any comments. Jump in the Hellcat. Let's check real quick. Nope, no comments. But let me know what your comments are. What do you think about this? What's your thoughts on this? You think this is a good thing? Think it's a bad thing? I can tell you why I think it might be. It could be good. It could be bad. It just depends on your perspective on this matter of funding and such of that nature. So let me know what your thoughts are. Give me a 2 cent down in the comments below. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for liking the video and sharing and commenting and letting your voice be heard. It means a lot. So we'll do it again real soon. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Jay Witt Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.